Good afternoon. I'm going to take you with me to a congressional hearing. You're seated in a stiff chair facing a panel of congressmen and women who are berating you with questions. They're questioning your ability to run your own company. Each question stings more than the last, but you must endure them. You cannot leave. Because you are the CEO of Johnson & Johnson, a major Fortune 500 company that has been responsible for several major product recalls. It is clear that you have much work ahead of you to repair the image of your company, as most consumers have lost their confidence. Now, I became interested in Johnson & Johnson because I'm a regular consumer of their products, and I'm also interested in their commitment to diversity within the company. I've performed research into the recent product recalls and that have plagued Johnson & Johnson, and the steps that the company can take to repair their reputation. But first, let me explain the context of Johnson & Johnson's problem. Starting in 2008, the company had to recall several major products due to contamination. According to Jeff Knack, writing for Advertising Age, the seemingly unending series of product recalls that has rocked Johnson & Johnson has costed $1 billion in wholesale sales due to production shutdowns. But that's just the beginning. It's tipped off a cascade of consequences, including sliding market share, dwindling ad budgets, lost shelf space, and an incalculable blow to employee morale and reputation. The contaminants that were found in these products included steel and wood particles, and also a few carcinogens. The product recalls have caused consumers to lose trust in the company, to lose their faith. In fact, a team of authors writing for Bloomberg Business Week declares, more troubling to customers and stakeholders, however, is that the Dupuy recalls may be symptoms of a systemic quality control problem at the 125-year-old company, a pattern of behavior that is distinctly at odds with the comforting image long enjoyed by the creator of brands like Band-Aid and No More Tears baby shampoo. Johnson & Johnson created a name for themselves by first supplying baby and child care products. If they cannot provide safety for the most vulnerable patients, then consumers won't trust them. These are the main reasons that Johnson & Johnson's reputation has fallen. But the company can learn from another manufacturer, an automobile manufacturer, about the importance of internal communication. Johnson & Johnson can repair their image by observing Toyota. Toyota recalled hundreds of thousands of vehicles in 2010, and they suffered from the recalls because it lost sight of its own mission. According to an article written in 2010 by Michael Bush about Toyota's struggles, it's a lesson on the importance of marketing inward, or staying true to a company's internal mission and keeping the front lines focused on it. Internal communication is the key to improving Johnson & Johnson's reputation. And they can improve their internal communication by considering their modern interpretation of the company's credo. The company credo assumes full responsibility for the services provided to the doctors, nurses, mothers, and fathers who use the products. This could be a very good way for Johnson & Johnson to concede its company losses and move forward with their business. Now, CEO, imagine that you've regained the trust of your consumers. You've emphasized your commitment to your credo, and they will see the company moving forward, living out its dedication to its credo. And they will use Johnson & Johnson products once again. But Johnson & Johnson can't just imagine regaining consumer trust. They need to put their plan into action. So first, acknowledge all of the product recalls. Do checks to make sure that no more recalls are occurring. No more contamination of products is happening. Second, which is the hardest step, cut losses from the product recalls, which includes the $1 billion lost in sales. And third, determine the specific internal company mission, and this includes looking back to the company credo. They need to realign themselves to the company credo by redefining the company's modern mission as committing to the quality of the pharmaceutical products. And fourth, they need to move forward. Now, if Johnson & Johnson can improve their internal communications, they can avoid being in the hot seat once again, facing congressional members who question the company's leadership. Thank you.